right, we've just been catching up a little bit off the air here about music in general, as we do. But it's a pleasure to welcome back to the program from Guns N' Roses, Mr. Duff McKagan. Duff, how are you, buddy?
Eddie's giving me some. I'm doing good. Ed's giving me some new rock record tips.
You getting ready for their next radio show?
I got it. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing like the new Jack White record's really stinky. It's great, really really good. Slash and I've been talking about that one. I played like some band. They're called No Bro. They're from Canada. And they just won I'm in Canada right now. They just won a Juno Award, and they won for the best rock record. So I checked it out, and they're cool. You know, I kind of do that when I'm on the road, like some guy I'm working out next to. Oh, my granddaughter plays in this band called No Bro. They just won a Juno Award. I'm like, okay, I'll check them out. And so
that's it. Yeah, that's how people discover music now. For the most part, it's a lot of word of mouth, and people ask because there's so much of it out there, right? And you need to hear from other people, whether it's your radio show, my radio show, people just talking next to each other to Jim. Hey, check this out, whatever.
Yeah.
I was in a Planet Fitness, and I saw stuff come up on their feed on the screen, and that's how I discovered Aaron Jones. Have you ever heard Aaron Jones?
I heard of Aaron Jones.
Oh, you know, Seattle guy.
Yeah. He's magical, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had him open up back in like that first run we did, 2016. Aaron played a gig with us in outside of Seattle at the Gorge. But he's really kind of a magical talent.
Yeah.
And you know, he had a record that kind of hit a couple of years ago. He got some radio play, and now he's working on a new one, and he's very talented.
Yeah, I forgot the Seattle connection, so of course you would know him. So, well, listen, man, I know we got limited time here with you today, but I wanted to, I was actually seeing AC/DC on Saturday in Vegas, and your manager, Brian, hit me up because he knew I was there, and we were texting. We weren't near each other. We were texting, and we were talking about the AC/DC show, and then he goes, maybe Duff should come on and, say hello. I go, of course, anytime. So Here we are, and you're in America. Well, actually, you're in Canada right now. You're playing Toronto tomorrow. How's this whole thing been going, man? A big run of Canada and America coming up here for GNR.
You know, I gotta say, I don't really know how to like articulate this, but like we went to Brazil for 5 weeks, just Brazil. Well, no, we played Mexico City. We played a big show there, and then down to Sao Paulo, and then all Brazil. And we played 4 or 5 cities that never had international bands there. No Stones, no anybody. And they have soccer stadiums because the World Cup was there. And there's these kind of old soccer stadiums everywhere. And we went and played these places, and it was so cool. And the people were really appreciative of us coming there, Then we went to Europe, and we always do sound check. And I look up at the big place we're playing, and I see, it's empty, of course, when you're doing sound check. And I'm like, it's raining out. I hope people show up. And then you come out and play, and it's packed. And I'm just really like, I do kind of a meditation before we play every night, kind of just bringing everything together. And you see from my vantage point, it's like looking at the crowd, and you see people like the songs really affect them, whether it's November Rain, they got married to it, or you see people crying or elated and all that. And it's a lot of energy to take in. So I kind of do a meditation just to like measure myself and be cool and be the best I can be. So Europe was great. And we started the US in Raleigh, North Carolina, a couple weeks ago now, I guess. We played Hershey, we always play Hershey. And that was great. We played, where have we been? Chicago. We played the Tinley Park thing. Lollapalooza was happening. So there's a lot going on there. And tonight in Toronto, Foo Fighters are playing the same venue. They're playing tonight. We're playing tomorrow. And Chris Stapleton's playing on Thursday. So it's a lot of rock and roll.
Good time in Toronto.
Yeah.
Hey, Duff, I was at the show in Sao Paulo. We didn't see each
Oh
other,
yeah,
but I
that's
was
right. You
there because
were.
I actually hosted that thing. It was called Monsters of Rock, and I saw Fernando, who manages the band. We talked for a little bit, but you guys, I don't know if you were there yet, but I was walking up and down the hallway. We never saw each other, but we were texting, and I was there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, I couldn't believe, like, to your point, people in that part of the world, they are so appreciative when bands go there and the reaction. And I went out in the house and watched you guys play, and it was the first time I saw you play with Isaac, and it was
All right.
incredible, man. And the vibe in that crowd and that audience is just, as you know, unbelievable there as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, it really is. And when you go to in Brazil, when you get up into like the Amazon and all the coastal cities where nobody goes and plays besides Rio and Sao Paulo, they kind of feel like they get left out, you know. They always have to go to Sao Paulo to see a band or to Rio. And so going up to these other places and yeah, like it was like Sao Paulo, but their first time in their hometown, and they were so proud. And sometimes the
Yeah.
police didn't have it together, like I don't know, the traffic coming in sometimes was a mess, but it was kind of cute. They just didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, well, I had to get out of there. I couldn't stay till the end of the show because the promoter's like, your vehicle's leaving now and you have
Ah,
to
yeah, yeah.
go because if you don't, you're going to be here till very late. So I got out, before the end. So I couldn't stay till the very end, but it was incredible. Let's talk about these U.S. dates now and the stuff in North America because you've got different, speaking of other bands, you've got different opening acts on all the dates. This is kind of the norm. It's a very eclectic mix of different bands. So depending upon which shows you're going to out there, you might see the Black Crowes, you might see Public Enemy. So there's a little bit of everything. But Duff, for you, and I was just talking about this before you came on the air, and I don't know if you remember this, but it's now 10 years since you and Slash have been back with Guns. And I was
Yeah.
at the very first show you guys played at T-Mobile here in Vegas. And I
Right.
remember we ran into each other in the hallway in the hotel, and you pulled me aside. And that's when you said to me, hey, so Axl's going to be in a chair tonight. And I go, what? And you go, because nobody knew he had broken his leg.
Yeah.
And Dave Grohl was there and he brought the throne. And that's how it all started 10 years ago. Talk a little bit about this incredible journey from there to where we are 10 years later.
Yeah, so we played the Troubadour, that April Fool's joke, or April Fool's Day gig. Are we going to play or not? And we rehearsed for like 3 months. We in secret. I think at that point we had announced we were doing Coachella, right? But this gig, who knows if we're going to play or not? And we knew we were going to play. But we get up on that old stage at Troubadour, and we have the monitors and stuff. And Axl gets up on a monitor. I think it was like second song, and he slipped off of it. Wasn't something we were used to. It was, at rehearsal we had different whatever, And he slipped off, and he goes on to us. We have like these in-ears, and he can talk to us sometimes. I think I broke my foot. And he played the rest of the show. Yeah, it's broken. Okay. And after the show, he goes straight to the whatever Cedars Hospital, which is right down the street. He broke his foot, broke it in like a few places, got some pins put into it. And he's like, I don't want to cancel anything. I'm trying to figure out how to sing sitting down, which, for that kind of music, singing sitting down is a really tough
Oh,
thing to do. And to sing sitting down, being Axl and singing that stuff is a feat. It's an athletic feat. And so yeah, he sang in a chair like at rehearsal, and he's like, well, I think I can do it, but I don't want to sit in a chair. Just a chair, it looks kind of lame. And so yeah, the idea of Grohl and that he had just broke his leg and had that amazing throne. And so they drove it out from LA. I think day of show, right? And there was no instructions how to put it together. It's like just okay. So our crew had to figure out how to put that big old throne together, piece by piece, and we did all that stuff. And he went out and did AC/DC. During that time, he's like, man, I've got this opportunity. It's been, like a dream come true to go and sing with my favorite band. We're like, go do it, man. Me and Slash jam with all kinds of people. Um, so that was cool.
He
And
told me, Duff. He told me that night. That was Axel. I talked to Axel after the show. There's a photo of him in a wheelchair and me talking, and I will never forget this. He pulled me in. He comes like this, and he goes, "What?" And he gets, because at that time it was rumored he was doing AC/DC.
right.
And he pulls me out and he goes, "I'm actually singing with AC/DC." I go, and I'm like, and he goes, because the idea of him launching something like that with the whole GNR thing going on is like, really? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, don't say anything. He goes, but he goes, I'm going to actually do it. And he was telling me how difficult it is to like sing Shoot to Thrill. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like dumbfounded that he was actually doing it. And he did it amazingly well, of course. But when you think about that and everything that's happened leading to this, I think for me, the most incredible thing about this last 10 years of this and where you're at now is just how smoothly it's all gone. Like, you guys go on. It's like clockwork. It seems almost un-Guns N' Roses and how incredibly smooth it's been for 10 years.
Well, the thing that is Guns N' Roses is that we never play the same set. So
Right.
we're on the edge of our seat. We right now we're starting with Welcome to the Jungle. We know that's going to happen. We know at some point in the evening we're going to probably end with Paradise City. In between those two things, it could be anything. And so that's very Guns N' Roses. Like, but it makes for we're on the edge of our seat, kind of as players. And I think that just makes for a much more exciting show. We're not going through a set list. Okay, we're going to play the next four and the guitars are set up and ready to go. No, it's not like that. So, but it's been smooth. It's never not real, Ed. None of us would know how to phone it in. There's no such thing. Axel going from that, as you said, the wheelchair to going to AC/DC to doing all these shows. He's really, when he went and tried out for AC/DC, I'm going to go try out they've got these, 2 months of shows or whatever it was. And Slash and I are like, you think you're going to have to try out? Yeah, there's some other guys I got. I'm like, dude, you got the gig. No, so he flew to Atlanta. He tried out. It was really kind of cute, and we knew he was going to get the gig, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The shows have been great. Doing America again. We haven't been here. It seems we keep going around the world, man. I can't remember when we were in America last. A couple years ago.
Probably.
Yeah. But we played a bunch of really amazing shows. We played India, we played first rock band, we played Saudi Arabia last year.
Wow.
So that was a crowd that they're trying to really open it up. So they've had boxing, which is men without shirts, which is a big, barrier for them to cross. And they had I think Macklemore, and they had a festival. And then Chappelle and Bill Burr, they had comedy.
Comedy, right?
And then they asked us to be the first rock band, and they really kind of been opening things up, like letting women drive. Like, we wouldn't go probably 7 years ago, just because there's some things like, we can't really do that. But they're really trying, and to ask us to be the first rock band, we said we're not going. Our subject matter of our songs and the band is everything that's illegal. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, basically. And we're not going to change our show, and it was really to see people. It was their first rock show ever. They didn't really know how to act. It was just kids, like everywhere else in the world. Just kids, really. Record stores have opened up there about a year and a half ago. So they're just buying records and hanging out at record stores and really into it. So, um, so to experience what we've experienced in the last 10 or 11 years, it's great. And experience it with these guys, Axel and Slash and I, we came up together in this thing, and it's really pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey man, I know that I know you got to go because again they told me limited time here. I just wanted to ask you real quickly. You've got these dates now that go throughout the year, in America, Canada. I think you're going to New Zealand, Australia. So 26 is pretty much locked out. We know that in 27 Slash is going to put out a record. We know you've done some great stuff solo. Can you give any insights on whether what's happening with Guns or with you with your own side stuff for next year? Have you thought about that?
Well, I mean, we've worked on new stuff, and which is pretty cool. Like, uh, so there's going to be something with that for sure. I'm going to put out a record. I have my own studio now, Ed, which is just dangerous. I got it right before COVID. I always have my acoustic guitar. I'm always writing songs. So I have like 80 songs. I'll put something out next year. I don't tour a ton. I don't tour like Slash. Slash goes out and we do the world like 4 times over with Guns, and then Slash goes and does a world tour.
Insane.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah. He's a workaholic beyond belief. As a matter of fact, ironically, I woke up to a text from him today just saying hello, and he goes, "What's going on?" And I go, "I just got up. I'm just going in Vegas." I said, "I'm getting ready to talk to Duff." He goes, "Oh shit, you got Duff on today." He goes, "That's ironic." I said, "Yeah." So he's always on. The guy is always on. It's incredible.
No, he is. He is. Yeah, yeah. To be on that stage and see those two guys, my two partners or whatever, how hard they work. It's really, and it's been this way for 40 years. It's like it kicks you in the ass.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, we're doing the thing. We'll be in New York, next week, and Vegas. We're coming to Vegas.
Unfortunately, I'm not here when you come, but I'm going to miss that one. But I'll catch you somewhere on this run because there's a good amount of dates. I looked at them on the schedule. So you're here in the U.S. and North America now for a little while. So definitely everybody get out there and get to the website, find a date near you. And if people are in Toronto tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Toronto.
Hey,
Roger,
buddy. Yeah, I wish we had more time with you, but you know where to get me anytime you need anything. And
right.
Say hi to everybody and travel safe out there and have a good rest of the run this year.
Thanks, Ed. Will do.
All right. Thank you, buddy. There's Duff McKagan checking in with us live here on Trunk Nation. We got to let him go, and we appreciate a few minutes with him checking in from the road.